Shit. Hold on, y'all. This is dedication. Okay, I'm telling y'all. This is literally dedication. If you didn't watch the panel tonight, and let me know if y'all can hear me well with this mic. If y'all didn't watch the panel tonight, let me go ahead and tell you that if you're wondering why I'm laying in bed, it's mainly because my neck is stiff as fuck, and I just wanted to lay my neck on a pillow so I could be comfortable. Because if I try to sit up at that damn laptop, it's not gonna work. And of course, I did not want to be, doing no live like this, laying in the bed and shit. It's kind of tacky to be doing it this way, but I just got to do what I got to do. Like I said, it's all dedication. I'm gonna do what I can for y'all. You hear what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do what I can. But I have been trying to do this video all day. I didn't push the time back so many times, but so many things have transpired today, and that's why I kept on pushing my time back. To be honest, that's why I kept pushing it back. But now we're here, and we're gonna get into some things at the 5 minute mark. Hopefully, everybody tunes in today and see exactly what we talking about here. You feel what I'm saying? But then I hope that the title doesn't turn anybody around because people been giving me the blues this entire season about what my opinion is about this show and the things that have transpired on this show. But I just think that y'all should give me a chance and just listen to the things that I'm going to say tonight. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna get into some things today. um where we at? Okay. Um, I didn't think you were going live, baby. Listen, I wasn't, but I don't like to promise y'all things and don't make well on those promises. Like when I tell y'all I'm gonna do something, I always try to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like that is just the case, the basis of the situation. That is what I want to do. Like soon as I say I'm gonna do something, set a live up, I'm gonna figure out a way to do it. And today I just said, you know what? I'm not finna sit up at this computer. I'm finna get my ass in the bed, sit my pillows up against my neck, and try to do this video. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm trying to set this mic up decent enough so y'all can hear me good and all that. You know, let me see. What's the T? And y'all coming in here too. When I tell y'all my neck is stiff as fuck, like it hurts to turn this motherfucker around. Do you hear me? Jesus. Do I need to go to a chiropractor or something? I want to pop my fucking neck. That's really what I want to do. I want to pop this motherfucker. Honestly. Let me see if I can get up. Oh, shit. Oh, hold on down. Oh, shit. That shit hurts. I promise you it. Okay, so we're at the 4 minute mark. So y'all already know what time it is once we get to 4 minutes, right? So let me take a take the time to give my moderators their time. Kimmy, I'm sorry, Gabby, Universal Goddess, Norris, LL Shady Gal 6451. Y'all are my moderators, so y'all already know what to do. Make sure that the chat is clean. Make sure that everybody is engaging. Make sure that the people are subscribing if they're new to the platform. And if anybody gets out of line, y'all already know to time them out. Y'all ain't gotta block them or anything like that. Just time them out if they get out of line. Let them think about what the fuck they have done. Do you hear me? All right. So and light up the chat too. Thank you, Blessed to Perfection. Light up the chat as well. So now that we're here, let's go ahead and get into today's video. I wish I could give you guys the video in the better way, but I got to do it this way tonight because I'm in pain. Um, God damn. Oh, it's my cell phone, y'all. Okay. But anyway, this is what we're here to talk about. I might just do this entire video without being on camera, to be honest. But yeah, so we're here to discuss Shamea and Porsha, the real story exposed, right? And we're here to figure out if there was really friendship or was they really like frenemies. Like that is what we're trying to figure out here. And I just chose to do this video because we're at the end of the season. And I just want to give my final thoughts about this particular friendship because this particular friendship has been under a microscope for quite some time. And it's been a lot of different opinions about it. And not only have there been different opinions about it in the past, but being that they're now on the same season, on the same show now, both as peach holders, it's definitely that. Scotty, where did you get your bed and child? That was already here. So I don't know where Jamar got this shit from. It was already here. So let's get into it. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Now, I think the first time we saw Shamea was in season 5, the very first season that Porsha was on Housewives. Some of y'all don't remember, but they were at this restaurant. I think it was Porsha, Cynthia, and Candy, and she brought Shamea alongside of her. But we didn't really get formally introduced to Shamea until season 8. So when she came on season 8, she was brought on as a friend of Portia's. Portia said she was her childhood friend. Shamea was known as like this cheerleader for the Hawks and things like that, right? So I damn sure be on can't be on camera looking like this now. Now that I just decided to sit up a little bit. Um, she was a cheerleader for the Hawks and stuff like that, so she already had that in her bag. So for the most part, for the most times that we saw Shamea on this show, she was pretty much called a lapdog as far as, you know, when it came down to her friendship with Porsha, mainly because of the fact that every time we saw her, she was always doing Portia's bidding, like always, you know, involving herself in issues that was dealing with Porsha that really didn't have nothing to do with Shamea. And that was very frustrating to a lot of the fans at the very beginning. I remember her first season on Housewives, which was season 8. People were saying that Shamea was thirsty and looking for a moment, and you know, all up Portia's ass and all that other shit. So in the midst of Shamea um being on the show in season 8, she started a bond with Candy. So they started being really good friends as well very quickly. They're both Tauruses. They, you know, whatever. So Shamea and Porsha were good during this time. By the time we get to season 9 is when we see the dynamics of said friendship change. Don't pay me no mind, y'all. I'm just moving my neck from side to side right now, because that's what what they say we should do when we have a stiff neck. But they were basically in a situation where they had started the tides began to turn that season, and come to find out, Porsha and Phaedra were not getting along. And to be honest, we didn't really know why they weren't getting along. Like why they were having issues. Why Phaedra and Shamea wasn't really fucking with each other. And then in one scene that Shamea had done with Porsha and Sheree, is where Shamea had said that Phaedra tried to holler at her ex-husband. And she said she was trying to throw an ass on him and all that other stuff, like literally trying to holler at her ex. And so she was like, you know, when you can do that, I don't put shit past you. And so when they were sitting in that scene with, it was Porsha, Sheree, and Phaedra, and Sheree brought up the stuff with Shamea, and Sheree was like, it's one part that you didn't bring up, which is what your friend said. And so Phaedra was like, well, what is Shamea saying? And then that's when Porsha was like, well, you feel what I'm saying? She said this. She was trying to talk to her ex at one point, and you were trying to sleep with her ex and all this. And so that is when Phaedra said, well, Shamea tried to sleep with everybody's husband, but who talk about that? So when she said that, Portia didn't say a word. Portia just got quiet. She didn't really say anything. She didn't try to defend um Shamea. She didn't try to do anything. She just sat there and let her, get drugged. So after that, in that very scene where they were taking a break apparently, and they didn't know that the cameras were still rolling, and Phaedra was like, Shamea and Candy are like this, and then she said they fucking. So she tells Sheree that, and Sheree was like, "You a motherfucking lie. You knew that." And then that's when Portia was like, "Well, she's close to both of them." And then that's when Phaedra said, "She doing both. She doing both." Blah blah blah. So that was what she said. She said she doing both. So then I think Candy threw Shamea an engagement party, which Candy said she invited Portia because she knows that Shamea would want Portia there, and Portia didn't show up, which should have been the first thing. Because if I'm having an engagement party and you don't even tell me you ain't coming, it's like, girl, are you happy for me or not? You feel what I'm saying? So she didn't even come to the engagement party. Let's be clear, didn't even come. So Sheree's there, and she says that, well, I was sitting with Portia and Phaedra, and we got into the conversation about the things that you said, and then that is when Phaedra says that, well, Shamia be sleeping with everybody's husbands in Atlanta, and then Shamia was taken aback by Sheree saying that, and then she made sure to let Portia know that it was said. Well, she made sure to let Shamia know that it was said in front of her best friend Portia. So the first thing that Shamia said, well, what did Portia say? And then Sheree said she didn't say anything. And so when she said that she didn't say anything, that pretty much hurt Shamia's feelings. You could see it in her face. And so she felt some kind of way about Portia not necessarily having her back when it came down to the Phaedra of it all. And Portia didn't have her back when it came down to that. Like, she sat there and she allowed her to perpetuate a rumor about her sleeping around, and Portia didn't say nothing, and it was all on national TV. And for me, I said that the friendship was dead the moment that she did that. Like, she didn't defend Shamea at all. So after that, they had the reunion. We find out that Phaedra lied on Candy, and she had Portia to do her dirty work pretty much. And so that's what the business was with that. So then we get to the we already went to the reunion. So we get to season 10. Shamea is getting ready to get married, but Portia don't want to come to the wedding because she says she can't fly coach and all this other stuff, like giving all these different, excuses as to why she can't come to the wedding. She came to the engagement party. Her and Shamea had words and things like that. So because they had words, you know, uh, Portia. I'm sorry, y'all. Shit. Portia pretty much was saying that she wasn't gonna try anymore. Like, that was basically the thing. Like, she was saying that she wasn't gonna try no more and all that. And so later on in the season, I guess they made up. But a little bit after that, they continued to be friends. But I really think that by that point, there was resentment there on Shamea's behalf, and she wasn't being honest about it. And you know that sometimes in friendships, when you've been friends with somebody for a long damn time, you start thinking about the history within a friendship. And the thing that people have to understand is that history really doesn't matter when it comes down to a friendship. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I have people that I've been friends with for over 20 years, and they don't even compare to the friendships that I have with Carl and Tramiel. Like, there are things that Carl and Tramiel would do for me that some of my other friends would never do for me, and I've known them since childhood, and that's just really the truth of the matter. So sometimes history and the numbers of that relates to the years of friendship that you did have, it really don't matter. So I think they tried to hold on to that, and they continued to be friends. And so after a while, she kept getting the lapdog label. Shamea did. And it was to the point where she took a picture sitting in Portia's lap like a damn lapdog, which I thought was the corniest shit in the world. Like, why would you even do that? And why would you even play on that title in the first place? So then years later, we're at, you know, um, we're at season 16, which was last season. Shamea and Portia are both on the show. With them both being on the show, I kind of knew that this was going to be the pretty much the end of their relationship. So it came out that Shamea had residual resentment towards Portia, and she was telling people like Drew and telling people like Angela and telling people like Britt and Kelly about her resentment, and she wasn't being honest with Portia about said resentment. And I think that's what really killed their friendship at this point. And this is where I'm gonna kind of stick a nail in it, because it's a lot of things that we learned at this reunion. Because for a long time, we were all getting on Shamea's ass about not necessarily being honest about how she felt about her relationship with Shamea. We, well, with Portia, we was getting on Shamea ass for not, you know for not giving her, you know for not being honest about the resentment, right? That's what we give her a lot of angst about. But today we learned that, and we talked about this on a panel, that Portia was saying that you was talking about me then. You was talking about me to Nene and Sheree even back then when it was the other cast. So to me, it's like it wasn't just Shamea holding on to resentment. Portia also held on to resentment as well. They both was holding on to things that they didn't have to hold on to. Like, instead of just ending the friendship knowing that they'll never trust each other again, what they both chose to do, and that includes Portia and Shamia, what they both chose to do was just sweep those issues under the rug when they know they never really dealt with those issues. There was never no real apologies. There were never really no real sit down and let's talk about all of the ins and outs of this friendship. Like none of that ever happened. So for me, it's like y'all ignored all that and y'all ignored the fact that y'all never had no real conversations about it and that y'all wasn't being truthful about how y'all really felt. And for me, that's an issue because one thing about it, I'm gonna be honest about the way you moving. Oh shit, my neck, y'all. This live ain't gonna be long at all because I don't think I can lay here like this and try to talk to y'all because I'm so distracted right now. But the thing is with that, it's kind of like for me, I just feel like if you got that much resentment towards me, how the fuck are we friends? And how the hell did we even manage to fake it for this long if you still got resentment and I still got resentment? You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. How can we fake it for this long period of time? Shit. You feel what I'm saying? So just watching this like this video would be so much better if I wasn't in pain. But to me, they were both being fake. In my opinion, they had never gotten over anything that they ever went through. Ooh, shit. Um, I just popped my elbow. I mean, not my elbow, but my ankle. That felt so good. But I feel like at the end of it all, if they were honest about how they really felt, we wouldn't be going through this and we wouldn't even be having these conversations about it. And we want to say that Shamea was being fake by, talking to the other girls in the group about these issues that she was having. Then we should be getting on Portia ass at this point now for just finally admitting that there was resentment on her end as well. They both wasn't being real. They were both faking the funk and trying to fake it till they make it. And neither one of them deserved any kind of praise for that. I just think that neither side was a perfect friend. I think that Shamea did her shit. I think that Portia did her shit. And I think they both allowed their resentment to get the best of them. And the fact is, they winded up being on a show together where this show thrives off of conflict and bullshit all the time. And that's exactly what happened. Like y'all chose to put yourselves on this show and make y'all friendship the focal point of said show. And now y'all ain't even friends no more. And after all that jumping in that Portia did, that Shamea did, it's like it don't even matter at this point. Like you literally was doing all of that shit on purpose. I mean, for no damn reason. Like it doesn't make sense. Like you did all that bungee jumping for no reason. Cause now you're not even friends with the girl no more. She don't want nothing to do with you now. But I think that at this point we could all agree that they don't need to be friends. And you know how when friendships break apart and people are so used to y'all being friends with one another, then they'll come to both of y'all like, oh, Scotty, you need to give this person a chance, or this person, you need to give Scotty a chance. And we both be like, well, fuck no. Like, there's nothing to give a chance about. Like, what are we talking about? What are we speaking on at this moment? Like, it's really nothing that we could talk about right now. So, no, it's up and it's stuck. And that's how it should be with them. I feel like it's too much that has happened to be forgiven. Like, you brought up my mama, I brought up yours. You said this, I said that. You tried to say this, you tried to say that. And that's just what it is. So I don't know, y'all. I just feel like at the end of the day, they both swept everything under the rug and they really wasn't being real. They wasn't. But y'all, I listen, I'm so sorry. Like I wish I could have given this video my all. But the more, and I thought that I was doing myself a service by laying in this bed trying to do this video. But baby, it ain't doing me worth nothing. Like I'm hurting. So I'm gonna go on and get up off of here, y'all, because this video was supposed to be at least 40 minutes long, but I don't think I could sit here, lay here for another 40 minutes feeling this way. I'm gonna put some more icy hot on my back, and then I'm taking my ass to sleep anyway. And I was already slick falling asleep out here. So I'm gonna go on and get up out of here, and I'm gonna talk to you guys on tomorrow. Hopefully, my neck is feeling better enough for the panel tomorrow, because I would hate to have to do this nostalgic panel in the bed, because that's not cute. But anyway, you guys, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm finna go put some icy hot on my neck. I'll talk to you, y'all. Bye.